Hey everyone, welcome back. You guys recently sent in some really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. A guide on making content creation easier
Uh-huh.
and like a whole bunch of different ways people are making money these days.
Right.
So I thought, why don't we take a deep dive into both of those?
Yeah, great idea.
We'll go through the best parts, make it
Yeah.
easy for everyone to
Actionable.
find those actionable
Great.
steps. So the first one to make things easier was called the cashless compass.
Oh, yeah. The
Uh-oh.
cashless compass.
Yeah.
And I think it was even subtitled easy mode
I think so, yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And basically the
Like you're
idea.
journaling things.
Yeah, content creation doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be backbreaking.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be this huge mountain to climb.
No.
There
are tricks, there are tools,
Yeah.
and even automation.
And they even had, so they get right into it, which I appreciate.
Yeah. There's no filler, they just get into it.
Get right into the good stuff. Yeah.
They talk about automation, right?
Uh-huh.
And the example they use is Main Pizza,
Yeah.
which I think I've seen. You comment on a post, like
Link. You just comment there.
link in bio or whatever, and then boom,
You get
you get a message.
right in your DMs.
But what they're saying is
It's more than that.
it's way more sophisticated
Way more than that.
than that.
Yeah.
You can set it up so
It's like an automated sequence.
almost like a conversation.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And so the commenter instantly feels engaged with a real person,
Oh.
but it's not.
But you're not.
Hands-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You set it and forget it.
Yeah, it's good.
So, and they talk about it's not just sending a link. You can set it up to encourage a follow
Which is huge.
to grow your audience.
Yeah, to grow your audience.
But even better than that, maybe, I don't know. Email.
Email.
You're-
Right. That's the big one.
Like you're literally
building your list
building your email list
without lifting a finger.
without even thinking about it. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
And then you can even set up follow-up messages.
Yeah.
It's like having this digital assistant working for you 24/7.
Really is. It's amazing.
And they had a really cool story about how somebody used this for,
Oh, yeah.
I think it was
Top 3 notebook.
yeah, they had some kind of a product,
Yeah.
like a
And there's a physical product. Yeah.
physical product.
Yeah, like a notebook.
And they sold thousands
Those are
units
yeah.
just from using mini chat
Just from there.
on Instagram.
It's nuts.
But what's cool is that this is expanding to TikTok and other platforms.
Yeah, all over the place.
If you're not using some kind of automation tool,
Yeah, you're missing out.
yeah, you might want to think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing they mentioned is B-roll,
Yes.
which,
I love that idea.
yeah, well, I don't know about you, but my life isn't always the most,
Thrilling.
Yeah.
My daily life is not, super exciting.
that's not really the point.
Right.
The point is,
Capture those little moments.
yeah, when you don't feel like,
Getting on camera.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
You've got all this footage.
Yeah.
So their suggestion is set aside an hour a week or something.
Yeah, whatever works for you, whatever you can manage.
Just record stuff
Yeah, just grab little snippets.
and organize it.
Mm.
They say use SmugMug or just your iPhone.
Yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Just get it organized.
Yeah.
So it's there when you need it.
Yeah, so when you're feeling that,
Creative block.
yeah.
You've got something to fall back on.
Then there's repurposing content, which I think is so smart.
Oh, yeah.
Why start from scratch every time?
You've already done the work.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they say, for instance, like a newsletter.
Okay. Yeah.
You could take your newsletter,
Yeah.
make that into a video.
Absolutely. Make it a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can take
Little snippets from that video.
snippets and quotes and make that into
Use X thread.
a thread.
Yeah.
Or,
Swipe up posts for Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. It's amazing.
And then they even say,
put it back into a newsletter.
yeah, bring it full circle
Yeah.
back into your newsletter.
Amazing.
So
circle.
It's like this content loop.
It is, yeah.
Then there's templates.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this seems so basic, but I bet so many people don't do it.
People don't do it, no.
They just
start from scratch every time.
I'm on blank slate.
But waste of time.
Yeah, it's a waste of time,
Big time.
So they're talking about graphics and thumbnails.
Yeah.
For
Instagram carousels, YouTube thumbnails.
Especially, if you're
Important stuff.
doing it all yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you want it to look consistent.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they say,
It's so-
Canva's
Canva,
great.
Great for that.
You know, you save your brand guide in there.
Yeah, just set it and forget it, right?
And then you can,
You can delegate even.
yeah, you can have a VA or somebody else do it.
Yeah, have someone else fill in the templates.
Which frees you up
Yeah, frees up so much time.
to do other stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing that they mentioned is AI.
Okay.
You know, like ChatGPT and all these
Yeah, everyone's talking about AI.
all these tools.
Yeah.
And they have a really, I think, a good
Yeah.
balanced take on it.
Yeah, I agree.
They say, look, you know, it's not
It's not going to replace you.
a replacement for you.
It's not a replacement.
It's a tool.
It's a tool to
Yeah,
help you.
come up with ideas.
Yeah, get unstuck.
And they really stress this.
Yeah.
You have to
You got to add your own spin,
and make your own
your own tips,
I
your
know.
own personal stories.
Exactly.
Because that's
what people connect with.
yeah, that's what makes it, you know.
That's the human element.
Yeah, that's the real value.
Yeah.
All right, so then they talk about
Con-
content calendars and scheduling tools, which
Yeah.
I know
Right.
not everybody is into.
Not for everyone.
You know?
Right. Some people like to be more free flowing.
Yeah, but if you're trying to like do this on top of your 9 to 5.
Yeah. If you've got a day job and a family and all that,
Yeah.
you gotta have some structure.
You got a plan.
Yeah.
And they mention later Hootsuite, Buffer, Planoly.
A lot of good ones out there. All kinds of tools.
Yeah.
And they say, you know, find one that works for you.
Yeah, find what works for you.
And then set aside time blocks
Uh-huh.
to do your content stuff.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
one day a week or I don't know.
Whatever you can manage.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
So you're not just like constantly reacting.
Right, be proactive.
Yeah.
Right.
So to wrap up all that, the key takeaway from the Cashless Compass
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
you can make content creation easier
Much easier.
by
Yeah.
using some of these
Tools and tricks.
these tools and tricks.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're not
And avoid burnout.
burning out, you know.
Yeah.
You can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy the process.
Okay, let's move on to the second thing that you guys sent in, which was
Mm-hmm.
this guide on making money.
Mm.
And they start right out with the most important thing,
Which is,
which is self-reflection.
yeah, so important.
You know, like before you even
Yeah, you got to know yourself.
think about what you want to do,
Yeah, know what you're good at, what you enjoy.
you really got to think about
Mhm.
like, what are you actually good at?
Yeah.
What do you,
What you're passionate about.
what do you enjoy doing?
Yeah.
What kind of knowledge do you already have or
Mhm.
access to?
Exactly.
Because then you can pick the right,
Pick the right path.
the best path for you
Yeah.
to actually make money.
To make money. Yeah, definitely.
And then they go into all these different strategies,
all sorts of them.
like freelancing and gig work,
Yeah.
which seems like, you know, if you've got some skills,
That's a good starting point.
yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, especially if you're, good at writing or design.
Yeah, like if you're a writer
Yeah.
or a designer or like web development, social media,
Yeah. Stuff like that.
voice acting, all sorts of things.
Voice acting, yeah.
You can freelance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They talk about Upwork, Fiverr, freelance. There's so many platforms out there. It's amazing.
And they really emphasize the importance of
Yeah.
your profile.
Your profile. Yeah.
Make it good.
And
That's all.
and communicating.
Yeah. Communication is key.
Well, with your clients.
Absolutely.
All right. So then they move on to online business,
Okay.
which is like,
Which can be so flexible.
yeah, there's
You're your own boss.
so much
Yeah.
freedom and
Yeah.
flexibility.
Yeah. So much potential.
But it also seems like there's a lot to learn.
It can be a lot to learn.
Isn't there?
Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve.
So they talk about e-commerce, drop shipping,
Yeah, those are popular.
affiliate marketing,
Yeah, sure.
creating your own
Digital product.
digital product.
Yeah.
And they mention like Shopify, Etsy, WordPress,
Yeah, good platform.
all these different platforms that you can use
Hmm?
to
to get started.
to get your business going.
Yeah, definitely. Then there's content creation,
Right.
which, I mean,
You can make money from that too.
we've all been,
Yeah. If you're already creating content.
doing that.
Yeah.
So they say,
Why not monetize it?
yeah,
Yeah.
monetize it.
Absolutely.
They talk about the YouTube Partner Program,
Yeah, that's a big one.
where you get
Good revenue.
from ads,
Yeah.
and then they talk about sponsorships
Mm-hmm.
and affiliate marketing, which is,
Recommending products you like.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
But they say the key is consistency
Consistency, yes.
and engagement with your audience.
Yeah, you got to connect with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the people who like to,
Make things.
the makers,
Mm.
they talk about selling products or crafts.
Yeah.
like handmade stuff or
Etsy, that's a good one.
artistic stuff.
Yeah.
Or even vintage stuff.
Or vintage. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah. And
Take good photos.
yeah, good photos are really important.
Yeah, presentation is everything.
Yeah.
And good customer service.
Yeah. Treat your customers right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then we move on to investing,
Okay.
which seems a little more, I don't know,
Long term?
intimidating.
Yeah.
Some people.
Maybe. But it's worth learning about.
So they talk about stocks, real estate, all kinds of
Yeah, all sorts of assets you can invest.
different assets.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But they say educate yourself.
Yeah, don't just jump in blindly.
Don't. Yeah.
Your research. Don't just jump in
Yeah.
and start small.
Start small. Yeah.
Diversify.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Spread it out.
Don't put everything in one thing.
Yeah.
And they talk about using online brokers, like E-Trade. They mention E-Trade as
Yeah.
an example.
There's a lot of different options.
But the important thing is to monitor your investments. Yeah, don't just set it and forget it.
You got to keep an eye on that.
Don't just ignore it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so then they get into, I think this is really cool, monetizing your knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like,
Share what you know.
what do you already
Get paid for it.
What you're
Learn
an
it.
expert in?
Yeah, what are you good at?
So they talk about creating online courses,
Mm.
like Udemy and Teachable and Skillshare.
Yeah, those are popular platforms.
Yeah, all those, platforms where you can...
Put your course up there?
Yeah. And they say, make sure it's engaging content.
Yeah, make it good.
And then you got to market it.
Yeah, you got to get people to see it.
Yeah.
It's not just going to sell itself.
Okay. And then there's coaching and consulting.
Yeah, if you like working one-on-one with people.
Yeah, if you like that personal touch.
Personal touch.
Yeah. And they talk about finding your niche. Yeah, what's your specialty?
Yeah, what's your
What do you know better than anyone else?
specialty?
Yeah.
They mention Clarity.fm and LinkedIn
Yeah. Good platforms.
for finding clients.
Yeah.
And then, build up your reputation.
Yeah. Get testimonials.
Yeah.
Show people you know what you're doing.
Show that you're the
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, no, everybody loves passive income.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's the dream.
So they talk about affiliate marketing again,
Yeah.
which, kind of ties into the content creation.
Yeah, it's a good fit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're promoting other people's products
Uh-huh.
and,
Get a cut of the sale.
getting a commission
Yeah.
when somebody buys through your link.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, they mention Amazon Associates, Share a Sale, ClickBank,
Yeah, big platforms for that.
all those kinds of
Yeah.
affiliate networks.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the other big one is real estate,
Yeah,
which, it can be passive,
it can be. Yeah.
but it can also,
Can be a lot of work, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they talk about rental properties,
Mm-hmm.
flipping houses,
Yeah.
and they even mention REITs, which I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try and explain.
They said investment trusts.
But it's like
Yeah.
a way to invest in real estate without
Yeah. Without actually owning property.
actually having to own a property.
Yeah. It's a good option for some people.
Okay, so lastly, they talk about something that's super important,
Yeah.
which is
Managing your money.
Yeah. managing your earnings.
It's not just about making it, right?
Yeah.
You got to know what to do with it.
You got to save.
Save, yeah.
You got to budget.
Budget, yeah.
They even talk about automating your savings,
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
which I like that.
Set it and forget it, right?
Set and forget it.
Yeah.
Reinvesting some of your earnings.
Yeah. Make that money work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, monitoring everything to
Yeah.
make sure you're
Make sure you're on track.
on track.
Yeah.
And the final thought they have in this guide is that consistency is key.
Absolutely.
And
you got to keep learning.
Yeah.
The world's always changing.
continuous learning.
Yeah.
Things are always changing.
You got to stay ahead of the curve.
You got to stay up to date.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, that was a lot.
That was a lot, yeah.
But,
But hopefully helpful.
I think there's some really good stuff in there.
Yeah. Tons of good ideas.
And hopefully,
for everyone listening.
yeah, it gave you some ideas
Yeah.
to make your
Make your life easier.
content creation easier
And make more money.
or to explore new
Yeah.
income streams.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
It's all connected.
yeah, what I thought was cool is that a lot of these things,
Yes.
they kind of,
Overlap.
they overlap.
Yeah.
Like if you learn, like the content creation stuff can help you with your business.
If you get good at content creation,
Yeah.
you can use that for affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
You can use that to start your own business.
Exactly.
You
Yeah, it's all connected.
So I guess our final thought for everybody today is, what's one thing that you can automate
Yeah.
starting today?
One little thing
Like, what's one tiny thing,
that would free up your time.
yeah, that would free up your
Yeah.
time, make your life a little easier?
Or what's one skill you could learn
Yeah, or it's one,
that would help you make more money?
the skill that you could learn
Yeah, that you could monetize.
Yeah.
Yeah, what resonates with you
Yeah, what resonates with you
of all the things we talked about?
from all this?
Yeah.
And what questions do you still have?
Yeah, what do you want to know more about?
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
We're here to help.
So,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.